Entering the grove, the light drops low. The traffic sound behind me starts to go quiet, quieter than gone entirely. Entering the grove, the world's own reliquary of trees that stood before the roads were paved, before the coast was mapped, before we saved anything at all from what we'd lose. Entering the grove, I have to choose. My footsteps quiet on the needle floor, the cathedral hush behind the door, of ferns and understory dim and green. Entering the grove, the in-between of ordinary and something more sacred, ancient, 10 times for the height of anything I've stood beneath. Entering the grove, I hold my breath. Entering the grove, the world grows still. Entering the grove, the ancient well of trees that don't care what century it is. Entering the grove, the quiet is. Entering the grove, my voice too loud, even in a whisper, even proud. Silence seems the only proper way. Entering the grove, I have to stay. 2,000 years, some of them have stood before this was a road, before the wood was measured or discovered or renamed. Entering the grove, I feel ashamed of every small and urgent thing that mattered yesterday. Everything shrinks to nothing underneath these trees. Entering the grove brings me to my knees. Found a fallen giant hollowed through. Could walk inside it, could crawl through the centuries of rings along the wall. Entering the grove, I felt small and also somehow larger than before, as if the tree had opened up a door to something that I didn't know I'd need. Entering the grove, the ancient sea. Entering the grove. Cathedral light through the canopy falls, and shafts and columns down the ancient walls of bark and moss 300 feet high. Cathedral light like it's asking why anyone builds anything with hands, when this was always here and stands without an architect but time and rain. Cathedral light through the leaves like stained glass in an old cathedral back in town, but better because nothing wrote it down or planned the pattern, just the sun and leaves. Cathedral light, the way it weaves through branches older than any pew, any hymn, any word we knew before we knew the trees were here first. Cathedral light, the ancient burst.
Cathedral light,
Falling soft and slow.
cathedral light,
The emerald glow of everything the canopy lets through.
cathedral light,
The sacred hue. Cathedral light, no one designed this beauty, and yet you'll never find a church that does it half as well.
cathedral light,
The forest spell. I'm not religious in the usual way, but standing here I wanna pray to something, anything, the light, the trees, the moss, the way. The sight of shafted sun through ancient limbs makes something rise in me like hymns. I didn't know that I still knew. Cathedral light, the sacred view. Sat on a log an hour just to watch the light shift slowly, patch to patch, moving with the sun across the floor. Cathedral light, I wanted more time than I had, more afternoon than any single day. Cathedral light soon faded as the sun moved past the ridge. Cathedral light, the golden bridge.
cathedral light,
Falling slow.
cathedral
Banana slugs on the misty trail, bright yellow, moving at their own scale of time that has nothing to do with mine. Banana slugs I stopped to find, one inching slow across the fern. The forest floor is where they learn everything they'll ever need to know. Banana slugs impossibly slow. The ranger told me once they're key to the forest whole economy, eating and spreading the seeds around. Banana slugs, the underground, heroes of the redwood floor. Nobody's mascot, nothing more glamorous than a bright, slow slime. Banana slugs taking their time. Banana slugs on the forest floor. Banana slugs, I love them more than any animal I've come to see. Banana slugs, the industry of quietly doing what matters most, without the fanfare, without the boast, just slow and steady and bright and true. Banana slugs, the forest crew. There's a lesson in the way they move, nothing to rush toward, nothing to prove, just the next fern, the next log, the next inch of trail. Banana slugs perplexed by nothing, worried about no time. Banana slugs, the forest rhyme, written slow across the ferns. Banana slugs, the patience it earns. Watched one climb a rotting log for 20 20 minutes in the fog, made it to the top and paused. Banana slugs without a cause or reason, just because it could. The forest floor is always good to whoever moves at their own pace. Banana slugs, the forest's grace. Banana slugs, slow and true. Banana slugs. The oldest tree the ranger pointed out. 2,000 years, there wasn't any doubt in how she said it, matter of fact. The oldest tree, the simple fact of something living longer than every empire, every plan that humans made since it took root. The oldest tree, the ancient shoot. It doesn't look much older than the rest, unless you know, unless you've guessed by the girth, the bark, the way it holds itself against the wind and cold. 2,000 years of storms and fire, the oldest tree has weathered higher stakes than anything I'll ever face. The oldest tree, the ancient grace. The oldest tree, I put my hand against the bark, tried to understand. 2,000 years in a single touch. The oldest tree, it isn't much to ask of wood and time and light, but standing here it feels like might almost pass between us, old to new. The oldest tree I'm passing through. Rome rose and fell while this tree grew. Whole languages appeared and few survived while this tree kept its watch over the same ground, the same patch of coastal fog and redwood soil. The oldest tree, outlasting the toil of everything we thought would last. The oldest tree, still holding fast. I said a quiet thank you to the bark, which felt strange standing in the dark green light beneath its ancient crown. The oldest tree will still stand down this path long after I am gone. The oldest tree keeps going on, regardless of who comes to see. The oldest tree, still bigger than me. The oldest tree, still here. The oldest tree, 2,000 years. Fog drip falling from the highest boughs. 200 feet the moisture allows itself to travel before it lands. Fog drip on the forest floor and sands of duff and needle, feeding root systems that don't need the rain's pursuit. The fog alone can keep this forest fed. Fog drip, the quiet watershed. The redwoods comb the fog right from the air. Fog drip is a kind of secret secret prayer, answered daily by the coastal cloud that rolls in silence, never loud, just moisture gathering on every needle. Fog drip the forest, steady pedal, note beneath everything that grows. Fog drip the way the whole thing flows. Fog drip, falling steady, falling slow. Fog drip, the only rain I know that comes without a single storm. Fog drip, keeping the forest warm with water when the summer's dry. Fog drip falling from the sky that isn't really sky at all, just fog. Fog drip feeding every log. Scientists say the fog drip alone provides as much water as rain has grown to give this coast in a normal year. Fog drip, the quiet engineer of an entire ecosystem's thirst. Fog drip was here before us first, to water these trees 1,000 years back. Fog drip, nothing this forest lacks. Stood beneath the redwood for an hour, just listening to the fog drip shower, landing soft on every frond and fern. Fog drip, the lesson I could learn about the quiet ways that things survive. Not the storm, but the drip alive and steady, patient, always there. Fog drip, the forest answered prayer. Fog drip, falling slow. Fog drip. Fire scar black against the reddish bark, a hollow you could stand in dark and carved by something a century back. Fire scar, the forest's own attack, survived and turned into a home. For owls and beetles the scar has grown into an entrance to something more. Fire scar, the ancient forest door. Trees still standing, still alive, despite the fire, despite the drive. A flame that took the trees around it down. Fire scar, the deep red-brown reminder that the forest burns and burns again, and somehow learns to use the fire instead of dying from it. Fire scar, the redwood summit. Fire scar, you'd think it was a wound, but this whole forest's always known that fire clears the competing brush. Fire scar, the necessary rush of flame that lets the redwood breed its cones release with fire's heat. Fire scar, not death but continuation. Fire scar, the tree's own celebration. We call it scar because we think of fire only as the brink of a loss, of ending of the worst. But redwoods have always known first that fire is a kind of tending, a rough but necessary mending of the forest balance, old and true. Fire scar, the forest residue. I put my hand inside the scar, felt how deep, felt how far back the burning must have reached. Fire scar, the lesson preached by every tree that bears one here. Survival doesn't mean no fear or damage, just the will to stand. Fire scar, the forest's steady hand. Fire scar, still standing tall. Fire scar, ooh, after all. La 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 la. Leaving at dusk, the grove behind, the light almost entirely declined into the deep green dark of night. Leaving at dusk, the fading light, catching the highest bough still gold, while down below the dark takes hold of the ferns and floor. I walk today, leaving at dusk, I turn to say some kind of thank you to the trees, which probably don't need this, but he who leaves without a word of thanks, leaving at dusk, forgets the ranks of centuries that let him walk beneath their branches. Let him talk to something that will outlive him by far, leaving at dusk beneath the first star. Leaving at dusk, the grove grows still, leaving at dusk against my will, almost because I'd stay if I could. Leaving at dusk, the redwood standing as I walk away, exactly as they'll stand next day and every day after I am gone. Leaving at dusk, the light still on. I'll carry this a while, I think. The cathedral light, the fog drips link to something ancient in the chest, the oldest tree, the fire scars test of what survives and what returns. Leaving at dusk, the whole forest burns softly gold behind me as I go. Leaving at dusk, the last glow. Reached the van as the dark came home, looked back once at the black-green bowl of trees against the darkening sky. Leaving at dusk, I don't know why, it always feels like leaving more than just a forest, like a door closing on something I can't name. Leaving at dusk, I'll come again.